Hi, Jeremy Peterson here. It is time to formally introduce you to one of our new projects. This is 2361 Jefferson Avenue in Ogden, a Victorian building constructed in 1885. It's about 3,500 square feet. Its original configuration was a twin home style building, and then in 1915 it was formally subdivided into much smaller apartments. As you can tell from the pictures here, it needs some love, and we are ready to get to work doing that. It took us about 3 months to get our permit from the city. But this is pre-construction, obviously. We're just kind of kicking the tires. So a lot of stained glass in the main level units. The south side has larger apartments, so each of the units on this side of the building are 2-bedroom. This particular unit that we're looking at here has a lot of its original charm. The building was constructed or owned by William and Elizabeth Pugh, who ended up having 9 children. William, was the founder of the Ogden Tabernacle Choir. And interestingly, Elizabeth, after their 9th child, divorced William and then married a man here in Ogden who was a polygamist, and he was already married to her younger sister, and then she married him shortly after the marriage, several years after she passed away. William went on to move down to Salt Lake City, and that's where he spent the rest of his life. You can see some of the original Victorian woodwork in this room. The rest of the home has been mostly converted to a craftsman style woodwork, whereas flat casings and a lot of the ornamentation is missing. Stepping on the floor there, it's been warped by water damage from broken plumbing pipes. You've got your steel tubs, tall ceilings. Ceilings we estimated in this level were about 10 feet, maybe 9 feet. And then here's the kitchen to this particular unit. We're going to go upstairs and take a look at the upstairs unit now, and this one was the most recently occupied. You can tell from the contemporary artwork on the walls that someone had some fun with some spray paint. The wood floors in here, you can see those, that's oak, and those were installed likely around 1915. They're about 3/8 inch thick, and they sit on top of Douglas fir floors. You can see the original Victorian door there. And we have, behind that dresser and mirror there is an original Victorian window to one of the bays. A lot of the woodwork was destroyed by the prior tenants. We're going to have to replicate that and put that back in. It took us a minute to try to solve the puzzle of how this was all put together, but now that we've spent enough time in it, we got a real good feel of where all the plumbing and HVAC is. We will be installing new furnaces. There's only 2 furnaces that service this entire building, so all the tenants were sharing ductwork, which is a big no-no. You can imagine what was floating around in the air with all these tenants, different kinds of tenants in the building. Here you can see the roof damage. The roof is really bad and will need to be replaced soon. And you've got 60-year-old or 70-year-old shingle on top of cedar shake roofing. The roof is bad, and we're going to be replacing that before the winter months. And then here you can see the kitchen, pretty bad shape. There's a little pantry for this particular kitchen. And that's about the scope of this unit. Here we are on the main level. This is one of the studio rooms. Now these boxes, that box is for a Murphy bed. And we actually have the original 1915 cast iron spring-loaded Murphy bed frames in the carriage house in the back. So it's pretty cool. We're going to take a look and see if we can refurbish those. This particular unit was rough, yeah, very rough, and we're going to need to reboot kitchen and bathroom in this. In fact, almost all the kitchens will need to be rebooted and the bathrooms upgraded. Here we are in the north main level studio unit, and this is the smallest unit of the building. And there was 27 cats that were in this unit. If you could scratch and sniff your screen, your eyes would water. We treated the floors a couple times, several times actually, tried to knock it down, but I ended up having to take the floors out. So you can see there's a small bathroom and a very small kitchen crammed in with the appliances here. We're going to try to figure out how to make the best use of this space with what we've got there. Should be an interesting thing. And there's a cool little built-in little bench that came in 1915. So this is the upstairs studio, just above the one we looked at there. There's your Murphy bed box right there, the closet. And then we have a walk-in closet over here to the left. That tote on the floor is catching rainwater. Here you can see the built-ins, which are nicely done. And then we go into this space, and I found out that the owner had compartmentalized this. This was a big kitchen, and then they framed in this wall back in probably the 70s to make this a bedroom, although it's only like 5.5 feet wide. So our plan is to open that up and make that a bigger kitchen space, and obviously update the bathroom too. And here you can again see sunlight through the roof. Through the ceiling there. The roof is very bad, and the water destroyed those cabinets. So we're going to walk across the hallway here to the next unit, and this is a one-bedroom space. This is the living room to that. That is a faux fireplace, just kind of plywood glued together and glued to the wall. Underneath the floors here, the carpet was just laid without tack strips, and it sits on top of some oak. Here we have a bathroom, and it is just mirrors in the bathroom and in the bathtub. You're guaranteed to get clean when you got mirrors like that to help you. Here we have the kitchen, and the kitchen again was toast. That refrigerator, you can see sunlight. Those were the doors that went off onto the decking. And then here we have the bedroom. You look up there, that little white thing, that's actually a piece of foam. I thought it was sheetrock. In a future video, we'll show you the apartment we found in the attic space. The attic is about 2.5 feet tall. So more videos to come. Thanks for checking out our new project.